You just let the warmest, the hottest lead in your business go cold. A warm lead, someone who has opted into your world, they've come into your ecosystems, converts at 12 to 24%. A cold lead, someone who has no idea who you are, converts under 2%. That's not just a small little difference there. That's the whole game. If you wait 3 days to follow up, she's moved on. She's opted into someone else's freebie. She's forgotten who you even were. The pain is still there, but there's not the one that she associates with the solution anymore. You're gone. You've vanished. So your welcome sequence is the bridge between who is this and I trust you enough to buy. That moment doesn't come back. If you miss it, you don't get a redo. She's not going to opt in again. So someone opted into your freebie yesterday. She gave you her name and her email. That's trust, right? That's a hand raised. That's someone saying, I have a problem and I think you might be the person who can help me with it. And what did your system do with it? If the answer is it sent a download link and then nothing, you just let the warmest, the hottest lead in your business go cold. Not because you don't care, because nothing was built to happen next. All right. So I see this every single week when we are introduced to new students into our programs and we talk about their business and all the things. A woman has a great lead magnet, right? You have this great lead magnet, great content. People are opting in left and right. And then the follow-up is either non-existent or it's one generic thank you for downloading, right? And it's an email with her entire life story crammed into it, and then radio silence for days, maybe weeks, sometimes forever. And she's wondering why those leads aren't converting. This is a gap. And I'm going to help you close it today with 5 emails. That's it, just 5. All right. So welcome back to the Digital Shift. I'm your host today, Natasha Robertson. I am the Customer Experience and Strategy Officer here at Selfmade. And today I'm going to be walking you through the exact 5 email welcome sequence every single coach, service provider, and course creator and beyond. Let's just be real. Every entrepreneur that has a lead opt-in needs to hear this. All right. What email is going to do, like what that email is going to do, when to send it. This is important. And the one job it has. All right. And how to build the whole thing as an automation inside of Go High Level in, I'd say, an hour. So I also built you a companion worksheet that's going to be down in the show notes. And that's going to walk you through all 5 of these emails so you can fill in your own copy while you listen. All right. So this is absolutely free. Grab it in the show notes and let's get into it. All right. So first, the math. We have to always talk about the numbers because I think this matters and I don't want you to skip past it. Okay. A warm lead, someone who has opted into your world, they've come into your ecosystems, converts at 12 to 24%. Okay. 12 to 24%. A cold lead, someone who has no idea who you are, converts under 2%. That's not just a small little difference there. That's the whole game. All right. But here's the catch. That warm window is very small. She opted in because she's feeling the pain right now. Not next week, not next month, right now. If you wait 3 days to follow up, she's moved on. She's opted into someone else's freebie. She's forgotten who you even were. The pain is still there, but there's not the one that she associates with the solution anymore. You're gone. You've vanished. So your welcome sequence is the bridge between who is this and I trust you enough to buy. That's 5 emails sent over 7 days. That's all it takes to build this bridge. Pretty amazing, right? And so here's the part I love most about this. Once you build it, it runs every single lead that comes into your world automatically, whether you're at the desk or at Target with your kids or on vacation or sleeping. The system runs. You built it once, it works forever. Okay. Now think about this. You have 1 lead magnet. Maybe you have 5 lead magnets. You do the same thing for all 5. You got leads flying in like crazy. They are walking over that trust bridge and they're ready to buy. So that's what we mean when we say mentorship plus the machine here at Selfmade. The mentorship is in the emails, right? The strategy, the way you show up in someone's inbox. The machine is the automation that's going to deliver it without you having to lift a finger after you've built it and set it up. All right. So let's dive into this. So 5 emails, right? Let me walk you through them. And for each one, I'm going to give you the send timing and the one job it has and what you really should write in there, right? And not just as a like, but what not to write. Because I see this a lot. I just got one. I opt into a lot of things just to test things. And I was like, whoa. I read it because it was a student and I was like, let me read it to give a really good evaluation. But when you opt into something, you just want the thing and a little bit of extra. This was like a book, right? And so what not to write. So let's dive into email number 1. This is the delivery email, okay? So this sends immediately the second she opts into your lead magnet, the second, all right? The job of this email is one thing: deliver what she asked for. That's the whole email, right? Include the download link, include one sentence that says, here's what you'll find inside. So she knows what she is opening. Cause we get a lot of those weird spam emails that we're like, do we touch it? Do we click it? Do we click it? Right? So you want to include that one line about what's in it. And then you want to include a line about who you are. One line, your name, what you do, one sentence, not a book. All right. Do not pitch anything in this first email. Do not sell. Do not include 4 paragraphs about your journey into entrepreneurship and how you found your purpose. She doesn't want to know that right now. She wants the one thing she signed up for, and she doesn't want to sift through all the things. I know that sounds harsh, but I need you to hear it because I review emails every single day, every single week. And here's the deal. When people are delivering an email that is like 600 words long and the download link is buried somewhere in the bottom of the full autobiography, that woman did not sign up for your story. She signed up for the PDF. She signed up for the solution. So give it to her and give it to her fast and clean. The download link should be the first thing she sees. Hi, Susie. This email has, okay, like I said, one job. Give her what she's asked for. Boom, done, bottom. All right. But we don't stop there, and that's where most people do stop. Email number 2 is, here is who I am. You get to talk about yourself, right? This sends 24 hours later. You've given them the goods. They're starting to dive into it. They might be getting some wins, right? The job of this second email is that connection, okay? She's got the thing. Now gets to meet the person behind the thing. And this is important. You are not writing an autobiography, okay? You are sharing one specific moment that shows why you do what you do, not your whole story, one moment, right? Maybe it's the moment you realized your business was running you instead of the other way around. Maybe it's the day you tried to send a follow-up email and realized you hadn't talked to the lead in 3 weeks. Maybe it's the time a client said something that changed how you think about your work. One moment, make it specific, make it real, keep it under 150 words, okay? And it's relatable to what they asked for. Does that make sense? And at the end, with something that invites her with a reply. So like we like to get engagement to get replies back. What's the one thing you're stuck on right now? That's a great question, right? Or hit reply and tell me what brought you here. Replies are the highest intent signal in email marketing, okay? If she replies, she's engaged. You want to tag her in your system. You want to pay attention to her. You're not asking for the sale in this email either, okay? I'm just putting that out there. You're giving her a reason to keep opening your emails. That's it. So here's a win. She has the thing she has asked for and the reason to keep opening your emails. That's where we are right now. Email 1, email 2. Do not chase them off by selling them. Not yet, okay? Let's go into email number 3. This is the quick win email. This is where we really get them, okay? This is sending them on day 3. So if they opted in on Monday, Tuesday's day 2, Wednesday's day 3. So we're sending it on day 3. The job of this email is to give her the result. One small, just a small one, okay? Something she can do in 10 minutes or less This is where trust is going to get built. So we give her the goods, we connected, and now we're trusting. Okay. We're building that trust. And she didn't just get a freebie from you, right? She got something that worked. She took action and something happened. That's a different kind of relationship than I downloaded a PDF and I never opened it, because that's what most people do. Here's how to think about this one. If your lead magnet was a checklist, this email picks one item off that checklist and walks her through it step by step. Open your GHL account, right? Here's an example. Open your GHL account, go to settings, click calendars, set your availability to Tuesday and Thursday, 10 to 2. Done. You just built the foundation of your booking system. Simple, right? If your lead magnet was a guide, pull one of the single most impactful tips and say, do this today, right now, before you close this email. If your lead magnet was a quiz or an assessment, take her top result and give her that one next step that matches it. Okay. The key is make it actionable, make it fast, make it feel like she's accomplished something, because she did, right? So that's email number 3. That was trust. Now we're going to do proof. Email number 4 is proof. Send this email on day 5. So we're going to wait 2 days from that last one. Okay. The job of this email is to show her someone like her who gets results from what you do. Okay. Not our clients love us, not we have 5-star reviews, one person, one name, one specific result. They can relate to it. Here's what this looks like. Okay. Josie had wellness expertise, but she'd never turned it into a structured offer. She joined us inside of Tech Savvy School, built her first 3-day wellness challenge from scratch, and launched it. 30 registrants, 53% show up rate, 25% conversion, 4 purchases on her very first challenge. That's proof. That's a real name and a real result and a real number. Or let's talk about Coach Fryer, who's running his social media coaching business across 14 different tools. After consolidating into one system and migrating it all in, he's now saving over $4,000 a month. And now he recommends self-made to every single one of his 14,000 students, right? She doesn't need to hear how great you are. She needs to hear from someone who was standing where she's standing right now, okay? Someone who was overwhelmed, someone who wasn't sure, someone who took the step and got the result she can see herself getting. She needs to put herself into that story, okay? So if you don't have testimonials yet, use your own story, your own before and after, with real numbers, right? Real numbers. Not, I grew this business, but I went from manually following up with every lead to having a system that does it in under 60 seconds. And my show up rate went from 50% to 90%. Those are specifics, okay? And specificity, I can never say that word, but being specific is what makes proof believable. How many times have you heard like the vague stories and you're like, is that even real? How? No way. Being specific is what makes proof believable. Vague claims are just noise. There's a lot of it out there. Numbers and names are the signal. Here's the win of this email. She's gotten a result from you and seen the proof that this works for someone like her. So the final email, this is the 5th email. All right, this is the invitation. And we send this on day 7. So we've built that, right? We sent her what she asked for. We connected. We built that trust. We have proof. And now we're inviting on day 7. The job of this email is to make the offer. One clear step. You've delivered the value for a full week. You've gave her the thing she asked for. You introduced yourself, just an introduction. You gave her a quick win. You showed her proof that this works. You've earned the right to say, here's how we can work together. And I want you to really think about this. And I want to be really direct with you right now. Do not skip this email. Do not apologize for it. Do not bury the offer at the bottom of the 400-word paragraph about how no pressure and only if you're ready. And I totally understand if now isn't the right time. Stop it. All right. She opted into your world because she has a problem. You have the solution. This email connects the two. You've done your job for the last 7 days. Now it is the door opens and you have permission to ask. One offer, one link, one call to action. Not 4 options, not a menu, not, hey, check out my website, not, you could do this or this or this. What is the next one step? So here's something. If you're ready to get your system set up for real, here's the best place to start. And then the link. Maybe it's to your challenge, to your discovery call, to your program, to your whatever the next logical step is in your business. Keep it warm, keep it direct, and trust that the previous 4 emails did their job. So that's the 5 emails. Let me give you a quick version of them all together so you can see the whole arc. All right. So day 0, we deliver the thing. It's one job. Day 1, we're going to introduce ourselves. One moment and invite a reply. Day 3, a quick win, 10 minutes or less, and it must be actionable. Day 5 is proof. One name, one number, one result. Day 7 is the offer. One next step, no apologies. Okay. That's 5 emails, 7 days, and this whole thing is going to run on autopilot. Okay. And that's where GHL automation comes in. So let me tell you what this looks like as a workflow inside of GHL so you know how to go build it. Does that sound cool? Is that fair? All right. So this at the top of a workflow, if this is jargon and you're like, I don't know what she's talking about, you will. GHL is the best all-in-one platform and you should be on it. And if you need some support and want to get your account, let us know because we are here to mentor you and guide you and be your co-pilots inside of GHL. But it is the absolute best all-in-one platform. So if these terms are like, what is she talking about? They will one day really soon be very, very known to you. Okay. So in a workflow, you're going to go to workflows, you're going to open it up, and the trigger is super simple. The contact opts in via your form, maybe your funnel, maybe your landing page, a survey, and a quiz, right? That triggers the workflow. That's going to be like, boom, they did this. So now we need to do this. So email 1's going to fire immediately on opt-in. That's an action. Then you're going to do a wait step for 24 hours. Email 2 is going to fire. Okay. So another action of an email. You're going to wait 48 hours. So the next action is a wait step. And then we're going to fire email 3. We're going to wait 48 hours. We're going to fire email 4. We're going to wait 48 hours. We're going to fire email 5. That's 7 days. So behind the scenes, you tag contacts who are open, tag contacts who click, and especially tag contacts who reply, because replies are your hottest leads. That's how you can determine your like warm lead to warmer lead to hot lead. Is how much they engage opening and clicking and replying to your emails, okay? The whole automation takes about building your email, your copy and all that. It's probably an hour, right? Getting the right copy, putting it all in place. You can definitely spend about an hour doing this, and you should because you want to be thoughtful in your words so you're not too wordy, but you are getting what you need to get done. And so maybe 90 minutes if you're writing the emails from scratch and you're not using AI much or you haven't trained your AI, right? So there's, anywhere from 60 to 90 minutes. Let's just put it like that. And if you grabbed the companion worksheet that I mentioned at the top, you can draft your email copy while you listen to this and then just paste it into your GHL when you sit down to build. 1 hour, 5 emails. And from that point, okay, so from that point, the moment you have 1 hour, 5 emails, and what you're going to see is like, oh my gosh, right? You're going to be like blown away because every single lead who comes into your world gets the same consistent, warm, strategic experience, whether you're at your desk or you're not. That's the machine doing its job. All right, so here's the win. She has a complete 5 email automation that nurtures every lead without her lifting a finger after setup. It's the beautiful thing. It's so beautiful, right? So let me say one more thing before I think most people might miss this, is your welcome sequence is the first impression your business makes when you're not in the room. That's what this is. It's not email marketing. It's not a drip campaign. It's an experience someone has when they meet your business for the first time and you're not there to shake their hand. I want you to think about it like that. Okay. Most people think about email marketing as newsletters and email blasts, things that you send to your whole list on a Tuesday because you're supposed to. Well, that's fine. That's a piece of it. But the welcome sequence is so different. It's the only automation that runs at the exact moment someone is the warmest. The exact moment she has raised her hand and said, I think you can help me. That moment doesn't come back. If you miss it, you don't get a redo. She's not going to opt in again, right? Every other email you send is fighting for attention in an inbox full of noise. This one arrives when she's already listening. I want you to hear that. Every email you send is fighting for attention in an inbox full of noise. This one arrives when she's already listening. That's why I put this before newsletters, before broadcast emails, before any other automation. The welcome sequence comes first because it's the one that runs when the window is open the widest. So let's recap this real quick. 5 emails. 5. Here's what you have now. 1, a delivery system that gets her the thing she asked for within 60 seconds. 2, a connection point and a quick win that turns a subscriber into someone who trusts you. 3, proof that this works and an invitation to take the next step. No apologies. So grab your companion worksheet in the show notes, okay? If you haven't already, you might have because you're fast like that. It walks you through all 5 emails with the framework, the send timing, and 1 job per email and space to write your own copy, okay? It's free. Go build this. And if you want to build the whole automation live inside of Go High Level with us walking you through it, that's what the 5-day challenge is for, okay? 5 days. We build together each day. You walk away with a working automation. We don't just talk about the systems. We do talk about the systems, but we dig into the systems. We build them in real time, okay? The link to this challenge is in our show notes, and it's self-made.biz/challenge, okay? Share this episode with a woman in your business who has a lead magnet, but there's no follow-up behind it. She needs to hear this just like you. And listen, we got this. We got this. You're doing amazing. And I cannot wait to see you in our 5-day challenge. And I cannot wait to one day come across your lead magnet and opt in and see your welcome sequence.
If you're getting value from these conversations, don't let this be the only episode that you listen to. Every episode of this podcast is designed to help you build a smarter business, one with real systems behind the scenes, not just ideas, motivation, or hustle. We break down what's actually working right now when it comes to automation, content, follow-up, and scaling without the burnout. If you want to see how all of this comes together in real life, I highly recommend watching the Self-Made Hub demo. Inside the Self-Made Hub, you'll see how entrepreneurs turn content into leads and leads into conversations and conversations into consistent sales using simple automated systems that don't feel overwhelming or cold. You can watch the demo anytime at self-made.biz/demo. Then queue up another episode because the shift doesn't happen from one conversation. It happens when you start connecting all the dots.
And I'll see you in the next episode.